Can you be more specific dun sa lessons na natutunan nyo dito sa latest episode, yung June 17?
Well, first of all, Sir Christian, we believe the importance of transparency. Alam natin na ang tamang impormasyon ay dapat na maibigay agad sa ating mga kababayang Pilipino because it will be subject to speculation if you're going to keep information from the Filipinos. At the same time, besides from the fact that the Filipino people deserves to know what is really happening in the West Philippine Sea, ang ating mga kaalyadong bansa ay naghihintay din ng impormasyon because the Chinese government has always different ways to dominate disinformation and fake news. And it's only the accurate and right information that we can be able to respond sa mga ganitong gawain ng China. So I think that's the most important learning experience that we had, for us to strengthen and support the transparency in our efforts in the West Philippines.
Ay, yung sir, yung coordination.
Well, coordination, Sir Christian, is the second other thing na kailangan natin talagang isapuso bilang bansa. Ang paulit-ulit na sinasabi ni Jer Anyo, it is not just one single agency that can solve the issue in the West Philippine Sea. It would require a whole of nation for us to be able to respond to the different actions that China has been doing in the West Philippine Sea.
Okay. Ito pala, kasi dito sa June 17 episode, obviously naipakita ng China what it was capable of doing so far. We don't know how far China is willing to go, pero understandably, again, Commodore, pag nakita niyo, nilabasan ka ng ng palakol, tapos kutsilyo, tapos binoboard yung vessel natin, ang hirap talaga tanggapin, no? I know, no? Even sa inyo, no? Ang hirap tanggapin yan. Ang hirap na ng trabaho nyo kasi you have to manage you have to do a lot of balancing act, no? In that position. Ito po yung tanong ko, no? Paano kung in the future, nangyari naman yan sa Philippine Coast Guard? Diba, gumagamit din kayo ng mga rubber boats, diba? Kunwari, yun naman ang i-board ng China Coast Guard at butasin din yung inyong mga vessels gamit yung palakol at saka kutsilyo. Miski hindi kayo sinasaksak directly, ano yung protocol nyo regarding that? How would you respond?
Honestly, Sir Christian, the rules of engagement and the rules of the use of force is currently being reviewed right now. We are considering this kind of scenario na maaaring mangyari ulit. And as of this time, I'm not at the liberty to disclose this to the public because again, they're still being deliberated by the National Task Force West Philippine Sea.
Okay, I understand. Pero nag-a-adjust kayo ng rules of engagement on the part of the Coast Guard o pati yung Navy?
I think the rules of engagement and the rules on the use of force are all being reviewed right now with what had happened last June 17. So both for the Philippine Navy and for the Philippine Coast Guard and even for the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, it is being reviewed as a result of the Chinese barbaric actions in responding to the resupply mission of the Philippine Navy.
Pero based on your existing rules of engagement or iba yata in terms sa Coast Guard, no? Ano yung pwede nyong gawin kung sakaling gawin sa inyo?
So when we say rules on the use of force, or Christian, no, because military has different ways of engagement because they are military, no. Ang Coast Guard is a law enforcer, so we have the authority to use force, no. But it is a graduated way to explain kung when are you supposed to use force. For example, when are you going to fire at your enemy? It should be measurable and graduated level of threat ang ginagawa sa inyo. So, if the threat level that you can perceive as a law enforcer is high, then that's the only time that you can use force. So, we still don't know how can we be able to contextualize itong ganitong principle ng use of force, no? For example, kung ikaw Coast Guard vessel, merong mga palakol, kutsilyo ang China Coast Guard na haharang sa iyo. and you feel like your safety is already at peril or you're already in danger, pwede bang gamitan mo na ng use of force ang mga Chinese Coast Guard, for example, na sasampa sa rubber boat mo? So these are things na still needs to be reviewed, and for the National Task Force West Philippine Sea to evaluate and eventually approve.
Pero hindi kayo pwedeng i-board, di ba? As a Coast Guard vessel, hindi kayo pwedeng sakyan ng Coast Guard ng China, lalo sa atin yan eh.
Yes, sir. Especially for the Coast Guard vessels and the Philippine Navy vessels. We are sovereign immune. China is signatory to the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea. And boarding a public vessel like the Coast Guard and the Philippine Navy is something that is not allowed by UNCLOS.
Pero sila pwede ba nating i-board? Kunwari yung mga maritime militia vessels nila, yung mga nagpapanggap na mga isda, even China Coast Guard vessel, yung maliliit, yung pwedeng sakyan. Pwede ba nating gawin yon in enforcing our laws na sa sarili nating exclusive economic zone?
Well, alam mo, Sir Christian, that's a tricky part, no? Especially the Chinese maritime militia. Because kung ituturing lang natin itong ordinary Chinese fishing vessels, therefore, they are subject to our fishery laws. Pero kung ituturing natin silang Chinese maritime militia, that some are saying part of the Chinese Military Commission or considered to be public vessels as well, then they are still sovereign immune. So this is another gray area. How are you going to treat the Chinese fishing vessels, Chinese maritime militia, or just ordinary fishing vessels?
So, ibig sabihin, hanggang ngayon, parang wala pa tayong malinaw na approach doon sa gray zone tactics ng China when it comes to that. Parang ano yata
Well, it's not just the Philippines, Sir Christian, no? Na merong complication in looking at or how to treat the Chinese fishing vessels. Across Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, still have, even the United States, no? Still having trouble how they can be able to categorize Chinese maritime militia. Are they Chinese maritime militia that enjoy sovereign immunity, or are they ordinary Chinese fishing vessels that are subjected to fishery laws?
Mm-hmm. Dito sa nangyaring insidente last June 17, so ano yung version talaga ngayon ng gobyerno? Yung huling sinabi ni Gibo Teodoro at hindi na yung sinabi ni Executive Secretary Bersamin?
Well, Sir Christian, no, since day one ng Lore incident, iisa lang naman talaga ang version natin. We condemn and criticize the illegal, aggressive, and barbaric action of the Chinese Coast Guard na ginawa nila sa ating Philippine Navy personnel. And that was also reinforced right now ng ating kalihim ng Defense na Secretary Gilbert Teodoro and even the National Security Advisor. There was only a misstatement perhaps, but as I said, siguro si ES was not only given ample time to expound, no, ang kanyang statement, but definitely the stand of the government has been the same since day one until now. We condemn and criticize the aggressive action of the Chinese Coast Guard when they ransacked, attack, and towed the rigid hull inflatable boats of the Philippine Navy.
Mabait lang si Commodore J pero honestly, dapat si ES Lucas Bersamin, Chief Justice, iwas muna sa mic, lalo sa issue na ito. Mukhang hindi kayo sanay sumagot, no? Ito pag-usapan natin, no? Yung message discipline. Itinalaga na kayo bilang deputy spokesperson nitong NTF on the West Philippine Sea. So sino-sino na yung pwede magsalita? Aside of course from the president, no? How would you enforce that so-called message discipline?
Well, alam mo, Sir Christian, the National Security Advisor believes with many voices with one message. Alam mo, Sir Christian, when we did the transparency effort, isa yan sa pinakamalaking milestone na ginawa natin. Wherein in a press conference, you have DFA, AFP, Coast Guard, DOJ at some point, and even the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources. para sa amin, this is a very significant milestone na lahat ng tao nag-i-explain kung ano talaga ang nangyari based on their respective mandates. No? The diplomatic approach explained by DFA, the details of the military operation, AFP, the tactical deployment of the Coast Guard vessels. I was the one doing it, and even the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources. Ang paniniwala natin sa National Task Force West Philippine Sea, all of these government agencies have the right and responsibility to tell to the Filipino public what really transpired based on their mandates. Ang naging problema lang natin itong nakaraang resupply operation is that there was, kung ang many voices with one message ang objective ng ating transparency before, ang nangyari nitong mga nakaraang araw ay ambiguity of message. No? I'm not going to say na nagkaroon ng maling mensahe, but it was just an ambiguity of message coming from the Executive Secretary last Friday. But again, despite of that ambiguity, naitama naman ito ni Secretary Chodoro and Secretary Anyo this afternoon. So, I don't want to say na ililimit natin ang pagsasalita. As what I've said, no? We believe with many voices with one message. Kailangan lang we are going to complement one messaging, and it is in line with the guidance of the President. And of course, it should not undermine our own national interests.
Finally, let's look at the big picture, Commodore J. Kasi, honestly, parang nakakadismaya rin na sipin mo, pinag-uusapan natin itong problema to within the Philippine government regarding messaging. Habang ang China siguro, sitting pretty na kaganyan. No? O yan, nagkakagulo kayo. Kami, isa lang ang mensahe namin. Miski puro katarantaduhan yung sinasabi namin, consistent kami. Diba? Yan ang frustrating eh. Sila, napakalinis ng messaging nila. Malinis yung delivery ng message nilang napakadumi. Pero tayo ngayon, nag-aaway-away, diba? When it comes to what kind of message should have been mentioned initially after that incident. Hindi po ba parang nakalamang ang China dito sa particular episode na ito? At saka hindi po ba parang tayo yung unang nag-blink? Parang tayo pa yung unang nagsabi na i-de-escalate natin itong tension. Again, based on what was initially said by the Executive Secretary.
Well, kanina Sir Christian, no, sabi ko nga, we have so many learning experience dito sa nakaraang resupply operation na to. Our significant learning is the transparency efforts. We need to include everybody on board on different operations para mas harmonize ang ating messaging. Alam mo, Sir Christian, sa China, napakadali nilang gumawa ng messaging because they are consistent liars. Hindi kasi tayo liars eh. The only problem sometimes is that we were not able to share the right information at the right time. And whenever nitong special operation, nitong nakaraang mission lang na to, no, the accurate information was not provided to the public at the right time. Yan lang ang nagkulang sa atin nitong operation na to. But right now, our National Task Force West Philippine Sea is really exerting so much effort, no, sa pamumuno ni Jay Eduardo Anyo to make sure na lahat tayo will be on board sa mga susunod na resupply operation. Just like how we handled it before.